Greetings humanity, and welcome once again to Channel Other Doc. I am Jim, I use he, him pronouns, and this is our campaign of Urban Shadows, Lex Talionis, an urban fantasy game that's powered by the apocalypse and set in modern-day Rome, Italy. We're going to go ahead and go around and say hi to our players, find out who they are and who they are playing. Possibly for the last time. We'll have to see how things go this session. Not sure. There's a lot. There's so much. Let us head over to Sara. Hello.
Hello. I am Sara. I use she, they pronouns, and I am playing Kai, who uses they, them. Kai is the Oracle, who the entire city seems to want, possibly, and who has absolutely no offensive powers. So I'm sure that this fight in the parking lot is just going to go absolutely stellar for them.
It's going to be great.
It's going to be great. It's going to be fine. I've got magic mace, so
yes,
it's fine.
You've got magic mace. It should be fine. Everything will be fine.
I'm here to buff my buddy Mallory, though.
Yes. And speaking of which, let us head over to Lynn. Hello.
Hey. I'm excited. I'm Lynn, she, her, and I'm playing Mallory, the Tainted, also she, her, who just wants to get this job done without any, any strings or anything, any difficulties. But you know what? People being assholes, you have to fight them. Probably not going to bode well for whatever horrible prophecy that Kai is foreseeing. So we'll see. Good things. Only good things.
I have two terrible prophecies that I can tell.
Yeah.
So it'll be fine.
It'll be great. It'll be awesome.
Good. It'll be good.
I have no idea what's going to happen. It's
if all else fails, escape on the Vespa.
Oh, it's such a fancy, such a nice parking lot.
It is. It is. And actually, we'll come to displaying that shortly. But in the meantime, like we do with other games on this channel, we're going to be using the X card, the N card, and the O card. If we hit something that's crossing a line for one of us, any of us can type an X in the Zoom video chat or anywhere else. Hold up a card, make an X symbol, and we'll back up and do something else. If something happens that we're okay having in the game, but we don't want a graphic description of it, we can type an N in the Zoom video chat, and we'll fade to black on it or put it behind a veil, so it'll be there, but we won't go into detail. Finally, if we're exploring a topic or an area of roleplay that's particularly intense for us, but we want to keep going anyway, we can put an O in the chat to let us know we're okay and that we're all good to keep piling on the drama. Something else we can do is put an O with a question mark after it when we're moving into a difficult topic, or if we say or we do something and then think, maybe that might have been a little too much. Then everyone else can respond to that again with an X, an N, or an O to let us know that we're still doing okay. We're also using the pause. If any of us needs to take some time, we can ask for a pause in the game while we discuss things, or just take a break for as long as anyone needs. As a reminder, just a few content warnings. This game may include supernatural elements, corruption, debt, and characters influenced through debt, drugs, supernatural means, intimacy, mild sexual content, crime, horror tropes, noir tropes, and elements of the history of Rome, including violence, religion, slavery, fascism, etc. As you can see, as you can see, you can type !CW in the chat to get a list of those, and I'm just going to go ahead and put those on rotation, so that'll also pop up every now and then, instead of the one for Invisible Sun, which apparently I still have up there right now, so let me take that one off and put the right one on. Let me go ahead and enter that in there. Good, okay, so that will show up periodically in chat. Let's see, what else? Also, please remember that we have an open door policy, which means that any of us and any of you can feel free to step away from this at any time if we need to. It's just a game, and mental health is always more important. So, I have got a recap. Heavens help us, I have a recap. We shall begin the reading of said recap. Okay, it's just adjusting things there. All right. This is from a. I wrote this over a week ago, so I'm going to be just as surprised as everyone else as I read through this. Okay. Canonically, on Lex Talionis, at the meeting of the signatories of the Urban Pact made 400 years ago, As that meeting got underway at the Palazzo Doria Pamphili, Kai and Mallory stood in the Velvet Room and spoke with the Revenant fixer Virgil, who advised them that he and the arcane importer Mia Vargas would be assisting the veteran arcane weapon maker Roxy Everhart in the interrogation of the Spectre, Count Alessandro Cagliostro, later in the evening, as they suspected he had an inside track on recent occurrences with the Dimensional Gateway located in the Pantheon building. Kai and Mallory then spoke with wizard and mafia consigliere Delfina Jenna, who revealed that she was a member of the Watchers of Theodosius, a sect dedicated to making use of the prophecies of the Pythia to, as she saw it, aid and direct humanity. Delfina felt that Kai needed to be present in Rome that evening to help make certain their recent apocalyptic visions didn't come true, but afterward they would need to come to an arrangement. Kai agreed that after the current crisis, they would accompany Delfina to her stronghold in Venice if it could be guaranteed they would still retain their freedom. Delfina revealed that her sect was somewhat divided over that issue, but that she would bring the other leaders in line before bringing Kai there. Delfina also revealed that Kai's predecessor, Lena, had provided her order with the first part of the apocalyptic vision Kai had later received. Delfina was called away to the reception room to address the signatories, as were Kai and Mallory shortly thereafter. After a brief couple of interchanges with the werewolf leader Galerius and Count Cagliostro, who both then left the room, the meeting included Delfina's nephew Mario Jenna, the Don of Mafia Fenice, fashion mogul and secret Gorgon, Olympia Fortunato, Mallory's employer, the demon known as Mr. Sharp, Fey Duchess Gloriana of the Spring Court, a photographer and sculptor Kai knew as John Bernardo, and vampire empress, also former Roman empress, Valeria Messalina. At the meeting, Olympia asked Kai to discuss their vision. They did so, and Delfina then provided the first part of the vision, which included a clawed hand tearing open an iron door in Castel San Angelo, and tendrils of absolute nothingness surging forth from the room beyond. At first, the signatories had questions about the vision, in particular about the image of a stone tablet from which a winged figure emerged. But immediately after this was brought up, Sharp and Bernardo began to argue over Bernardo's connections with the Vatican, which led to Olympia questioning if Bernardo knew about the connection between Cardinal Ortiz, head of the Order of the Archangel, and Sharp's demon rival, the demon Miss Vex. At the mention of her name, the conversation was interrupted by the sudden appearance of her image on all monitors and phones in the room. Vex warned that the... Yes, Secret Gorgon would be my choice for band name rather than album name, just as everyone is, just so everyone is clear on that point. Vex warned that the Vatican was moving that night toward retaliating for events of the previous night, including the removal of 2 of the statues from the Bridge of Angels and Mallory's very public fight with Vex's servant Adrienne Legrand, during which they were both in their demon forms. When the transmission ended, everyone looked to Mallory, who defended herself by reminding everyone that Vex was the one stirring things up and bringing conflict with the Vatican through her secret dealings with them, not her, and that if left unchecked, Vex would likely bring about everyone's doom. Everyone seemed to agree, seeming to realize that they'd need to address the Vex situation before anything else. As a result, Olympia informed Kai they could depart the meeting if they wished. Mr. Sharp went over to Mallory and quietly ordered her to find the vampire Julissa Pavia immediately, so that she could complete her end of a demonic bargain requiring that she surrender an item to Mr. Sharp, which happened to be a stone tablet. Kai took the opportunity, before leaving the room, to use their oracular abilities to skim the next page that is taking me too long to scroll down to skim the thoughts of John Bernardo, and in so doing discovered that Bernardo was in fact an immortal, once known as the artist Gian Lorenzo Bernini, and that the Vatican was holding in Castel San Angelo a statue he'd carved in his own image that was part of the magic keeping him from aging, and that he was very concerned not only about the disappearance of 2 of the stone angels from the bridge, which, he sculpted, but also about coins he'd been finding at the bases of several statues around the city. Kai looked to the table where he'd been sitting, where John had been sitting, and saw a few of these coins there, bearing the image on one side of two heads, each facing in the opposite direction. As they departed from the room, Mallory told Kai where she was about to go, and Kai asked to come along for safety. The two of them searched the gallery for Julissa, and ultimately found themselves back down on the first floor. They went into the courtyard and briefly saw Roxy, Virgil, and Mia in the corner huddled around someone close to the ground. Then the noise of movement came from the other side of the building that briefly attracted everyone's attention. Mallory and Kai followed the sound back through the garage and into the parking lot, where they saw Julissa standing roughly in the middle of the lot, along with the werewolves Diana Mancuso and Dr. Dino Bartolome, and the Vatican hunter Erica Valenti, who'd been focusing their attention on an object they and Dino had been examining. They were all being surrounded by a group of about a dozen black-clad individuals wielding guns and knives, and apparently being led by Ileana Kontos, a social media influencer and hunter for the Warriors of Apollo, a sect said to be particularly dangerous to oracles. Ileana spotted Mallory and Kai, pulled a gun from her purse, and whistled for someone who'd been approaching behind her from the shadows. The individual stepped forward, revealing himself to be none other than Nicolas Voltaire, a French wizard and mercenary. And as he stepped out, everyone could very clearly see that he was wearing the three-piece emerald sharkskin suit that Mallory had been assigned to locate for her boss yesterday morning. And that is the summary.
Oh God, has it only been 2 days in game? Like 2 or 3 days?
Yeah, I think so.
We're on the evening of day 2.
Day 2.
We're getting closer to midnight, so soon perhaps we will bump into a day 3, but we'll have to see what happens.
It's been like 0 to 100 for Kai. I think.
Yeah. Kai needs a nap.
There is that. Yeah, that's very much a thing that happens in Urban Shadows. People do need naps after not too terribly long. Whether they get them or not, of course, who knows? Who knows indeed. Let's see. You are at a parking lot, the entrance to a parking lot. This is the parking lot for the Palazzo Doria Pamphili. I think, yes, I'm going to go ahead and just start this other thing up, this other audio up that I feel is probably appropriate right now. Probably. We'll see. Anyway, so in this lot, you can get through to a few different things, just to give you an idea of where everything is. And actually, I also prepared a slightly wider view for the audience, so that they might see it. Let me do that, just so that you'll be able to see that for a moment. You're coming in the lot around here.
Oh, Rare Bookstore. Hello, Rare Bookstore.
And there is, and again, this is perhaps slightly, what I'm about to portray is slightly different from reality, despite this being something taken by, a picture perhaps taken by a satellite. So courtyard is here. The garage is down a little hallway that's in here, and is right about there. And there's the entrance. And you see kind of over here, sort of stepping around from kind of this alley in the back is Ileana and Voltaire.
Mm-hmm.
And roughly about, I want to say here-ish, is where the foursome, the two werewolves and the hunter and the vampire, are currently clustered. Not quite exactly between a couple of cars. There are some cars around them, but we're going to say that the spaces right near where they are empty. And, of course, arrayed around them, some of them in front, Some of them behind are about a dozen people, a dozen Apollonian hunters, clad in black, carrying guns and knives. As a quick reminder, just in case we need it, involving doing harm to groups, well, we'll see what happens, but harm's a little bit different when it comes to groups. Yeah, let's just say that. The bigger the group you're facing, the less harm you do to them, and the more they do to you, in short. So, you have a moment. Ileana has stepped out, and she's just looking around, and she has her gun out, and she's saying to the werewolves and the human and the vampire, she's saying to them, well, you can get on. Sorry to disturb you, folks. You can get on with whatever you're doing in just a moment. We just have to collect someone. And she gestures over. She points over to Kai, who's actually, I just realized I've got people in the wrong places on the overlay here. Let me do that. Let me set that right. So that is correct. She points over to Kai, and at which you see that Voltaire just looks a little confused.
Hey,
looks
buddy.
down, just sort of sees Kai, recognizes Kai, and is like looks down to Ileana, and just sort of he's speaking sort of a little under his breath, but you might be able to kind of hear. He's just sort of saying something along the lines of, "It's Kai? You didn't say it was Kai."
And I think at that moment, like,
have a moment.
Mallory just like yells and points at him like, "What the fuck are you doing here?"
I'm gonna hide.
He says, you yell, and he yells back, "This is the job. I was hired to do it. I was hired to do a transfer. Mystical transfer." And Ileana just sort of looks and says, "Yes." Just sort of points to where Kai just stepped behind Mallory. And he's like, "I'm not going to hurt them."
Thank you.
And she's then like, "Fine." and she at this point is just, she's got her gun up. And she just sort of whistles, and these hunters toward the front are sort of swiveling around to point their weapons at Mallory. Again, in between, you can see that Julissa seems to be having some sort of, you can't hear, but Julissa seems to be having some sort of whispered thing going on with Erica. Erica and Dino are still concentrating on something, and Julissa seems to be doing something sort of distractive to them a little bit. And I think at this point, you're going to see Diana just sort of looking around, just sort of as like, bares her teeth, and is just sort of looking for a moment, and is prepared to perhaps do something. But we shall see what that is in a moment. Would anyone like to do anything?
Yes. I'm gonna hide behind the largest of these dinky Italian cars that I can find, for one thing.
Okay.
And then I am going to, standing up after I've hidden doesn't make any sense. Reverse this order. First, I'm going to stand up tall, step out from behind Mallory, and look all full oracle powers in everything, and do one of my foretellings. And this terrible thing that's going to happen is that Mallory is going to die. So you get a +1 ongoing to protect yourself.
Oh, shit.
And I get a +1 ongoing to protect you as well. I don't really know what I can do with that, but You got a +1 to keep yourself alive, whatever that may be.
Excellent.
And then I'm going to find the biggest of the dinky Italian cars and hide behind it.
All right. At which you kind of will just briefly hear. We'll hear Ileana just sort of say to Voltaire, "Convinced now? They have the mantle." And Mallory, what would you like to do?
You all can just go if you want. Do this another time. How? Doesn't look very friendly with all the guns. Not making it very convincing. All right. You know what? After tonight, this should be fun. It's gonna kill me with this dress, and it's like she'll kind of do like the little like skin tearing thing that she does, and she's gonna go into demon form.
Okay. So you are transforming.
I'm gonna take that corruption to give myself double inside. That's why I assume demon form control. Roll blood, and you get the patron debt. And if I mark corruption, I can choose one. If you're working a job for your patron, choose one more. If you're mark corruption, choose one more. So
Let's see. You are working a job for your patron.
This is. I am on the job.
Yep.
I'm on the job. This might not be the part of the job, but I'm
Well,
technically on the job.
I mean, technically, you're trying to get to a thing.
Yeah. All right. So roll with blood, and
Your
we'll
boss
add
told you to
this.
get. So.
Yeah. We'll roll with blood. What
Alright.
is? And we'll add the 2 on there. So.
Yeah, that does work toward protecting you. That.
Oh, this is a lot of.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So you're gonna get an extra +1 to this roll as well because of that.
Okay. Plus
Okay.
1. So it's 9.
All right.
They're the same ballpark.
All right. So on a 7 to 9, you choose one, and then you get one more for working a job, and one more if you choose to mark corruption. So you could get up to 3.
You know what? Gain 1 armor. I'll have. You know, we'll have demonic weapons, and they'll be like Baraka from Mortal Kombat, those sort of things like come out of her arms, like these long, like shadowy, like just like spikes.
Nice.
And you know what? I'm just gonna I'll inflict 1 harm at just
Like
the
+1 harm.
So I guess she'll just erupt kind of like in like fire with that
Nice.
unleashing.
What does this look like when you transform?
I think
Remind
it's she kind of just does like the the werewolf thing where like there's like the form underneath, so it ends up being like kind of a shadowy things, but like the tattoos that were on here, like the gold like hellish tattoos, also glow like on top of this form, and it's a lot of teeth and a lot of like eyes, like glowing eyes on this like kind of shadowy form.
Excellent. Excellent. So, I think the moment you start transforming, so you were kind of mid-transformation, you're going to be able to complete this transformation, but as it is happening, they're going to start shooting at you. So, let's see. Let me reopen my list here. As you're going to hopefully you're trying to not get shot whilst in the midst of transforming. I think this would fall under. So, how are you attempting to not get shot whilst transforming? Let me put it. Let me ask you that first.
I think with this fire, I think she's gonna just try and she's gonna maybe swirling fire around her. So maybe
Just
some
sort of
that
obscure what you're.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gotcha. Okay. Yes. So I can see that as a mislead, distractor trick. Basically, where you're trying to throw them off. You're trying to create an opportunity here, I would think. So I could see it as that. Are you trying to stream? I don't know. It's really that's actually a bit further than I think this would be going. This is more immediate. So I think actually instead, I'm going to have you keep your cool. Because that's this is a much more immediate action. This isn't so much of a...
Okay.
Unless you want this to be more of a... They're not sure exactly where you are, which is perhaps a possibility.
I think keep your cool, I think sounds... This seems in that realm of,
And I think you get +1 because you are trying not to die.
Yeah.
Trying not to die is helpful.
Trying not to die is... +1, so it's 8.
Okay. All right. So on the 79, MC will tell you what it's going to cost you. All right. Obviously, you're trying to avoid being shot while this is happening. So I think that what's going to happen is that either someone's going to hit you or you're going to be put in a less favorable position. Yeah. I think you're okay. So I think what we're going to say is that this initial volley, we'll go for the less favorable position. I think.
Okay.
The things that happens here is that as they sort of are coming around and they're aiming, you have to concentrate long enough that they're going to get between you and that group of 4, which is now kind of something's they're getting a little more obscured as they're being moved a little further down and a little further away from you. So you're in a less favorable position, and this entire, perhaps not the entire, but most of these dozen people are now coming around, and they're now closer to you, and they're at the point that they can essentially are about to wail on you.
Okay.
The ones with the knives, anyway. The ones with guns are going to continue shooting. But that's the position you're put in. So they get closer as they try to shoot at you. You have transformed. Let's see. Is Kai doing anything else?
Yes. Really bad with spatial awareness. So the people with the guns seem to be a bigger problem at the moment. I mean, people with the knives are problems too, but we're gonna go to people with the guns. I will kind of sneak, going like car to car, like ducking out of cover and things Kai see in the movies, to try and get within mace range without being seen with the Ileana and the people with the guns.
Okay, Ileana is again closer to the back.
Okay.
The people with the guns are now more like about.
Oh, okay. I thought they were the same group. So forget Ileana. We'll go with people with the guns because that's closer to where I am.
Okay. Are you trying to get around them, like sort of behind where they would be?
No, I want to mace them in the face. So I need to get within range of that without being seen.
Okay. All right. So I think what we're going to do there... I think what we're going to do there is... I think we'll go with... Yeah, we'll go with mislead, distract, or trick on that one. I think that one strikes me as more appropriate for this one. So you can go ahead and roll that with mind.
8.
Okay. So in a 7 to 9, you get 2 of the items down there. Presumably you're looking to create an opportunity, but that's up to you if you want to go with
That is 100% correct. So I want to create an opportunity and avoid further entanglement.
Okay. All right. So that's going to keep that section of them at least off of you for a moment. You come around and you get close enough to spray this mist out onto them, which normally mace is not as much a mist. It's more, but it's this is enchanted mace. And yeah, I think I'm actually gonna. You did the thing that you're avoiding further entanglement. But I think I am gonna ask you to unleash just to see how successful this is.
Oh, okay.
As you're leaping forward. Go ahead and roll that if you would. Roll with blood.
0 to blood. Let's see how this goes. No!
Okay. So, you're still avoiding further entanglement, but what's going to happen here is you get the is you spray, and it's going to be at kind of at this point that you see that as you are, they see you for a moment, and they turn, and so the heads turn and they see where you are. People here see where you are as you're spraying out, and a couple of them are like coughing a little bit as this mace starts to affect them. But I think it's at this moment that you see Diana rear up, now in wolf form. She's a sort of a very sort of dark near black fur. It's essentially a bipedal wolf looking creature. Very sort of lean and wiry and muscled. Steps forward and shoves against a vehicle, which rolls forward and kind of cuts you off from this part of the group here. So you're not. So they're not right next to you at this point, thankfully anymore. But at the same time, she was kind of aiming for them to try to pin one of them, and so attacked at roughly the same time. So you're now not in a great position because you've got there are a few others that can come around and try to get you. But
so there's a car in between me and some of the group.
Well, there's the car right now between Kai and some of the group. Kai circled around.
Okay, good.
And that's essentially where it is. Mallory is still directly, you still have these enemies now directly on top of you, and you see that Julissa and not Julissa, Ileana and Voltaire are moving. They're moving this way, but you now have like about 6 or 7 people now, Mallory, who are kind of about to swarm you. What do you do?
You know what? She'll look at them. Just kind of cock her head. I know you put up some sort of fight, but you know what? I don't have the damn time to deal with you. And she will take her like blades and just kind of like carve like a huge like a gash in the pavement that glows like Hellfire.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna do this. Since first time I'll be able to use this. This is now
Yes.
corruption.
How many corruption moves have you picked up at this point?
Just the 2.
2 of them? Okay, so you've got... It's the From Hell and then the summoning one?
Yeah.
Those are the where you can be summoned or someone else. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
From Hell. Mark
All
corruption
right.
to have your patron send a gang of demons to work for you on your behalf for a scene. 2 harm small, 2 armor demonic.
Okay, congratulations. You now are also a small gang. Okay. I saw this move in the book earlier. Let me see if I can bring it up here.
There's so many.
happy.
There are so many things now.
This parking lot is so full.
What do
So
these
full of-
What do these demons look like as they rise up from this rift in the earth?
Oh, I really want them to be like little just like little like goblin-y things, but like shadow and just like all like eyes and teeth. It's like little versions.
So shadowy with eyes,
little
basically
gross, yeah.
shadows with eyes and teeth, leaping,
Yeah.
so drifting up,
Kind of like
curling up from
teeth for hands, or the usual
Oh,
hellish
geez.
things like that. Like just like little nightmare things.
Oh, good lord. Okay. All right. Okay. So, there's a leading a group into battle move. So if your character's leading a group against 1 or 2 people, you unleash an attack. This is more than 1 or 2 people.
Yeah, this is a lot of.
So let's
A
see.
lot of people.
So when you roll Unleash on your own group or trades harm, when you is established when you lead a group into battle against another group in an all-out brawl, both groups suffer the harm the other group is capable of inflicting. There's a little chance that your side or their side is going to walk away unharmed. So you're going to be rolling with blood,
Yeah.
and this is one of those things where on a hit you can trade harm as established, and then there are some options for you if you roll if you get a hit as well. That involve a few things. Here, I'm going to go ahead and put it in our little chat here.
Oh. Quiet settle time is over. Now it's whatever the hell happens here. Now it's like train time.
Yep. So that's the meat of the move there.
Okay.
So you're going to be rolling with blood.
All right. Does this get the bonus from Kai's thing as well about staying alive, or is this separate?
This is much more offensive, I think.
Yeah. This is
Yeah,
okay.
much more on
that's
the
fine.
offense,
That
I
is
think-
that
I
is
think,
fine.
yeah.
Just-
So how many demons did you summon?
Oh, ooh, probably like they're small. They have like I want this to be like not a few like substantial, like a bunch of like smaller ones.
A bunch of
Like-
sort of imp-sized
like
ones.
Just like a swarm of them. I think that's like
Swarm of imps. Absolutely.
Right, yeah,
That's
Awesome.
excellent.
Perfect.
like a terrible lemming, whatever. Even though that's not true. Poor lemmings. All right, so blood. All right, let's do this. Let's see. Oh my god. Oh boy.
Okay, that's a 15.
That's the best I could roll. That was a
That's-
wow.
That's an excellent roll.
That is. Oh.
That is an excellent roll. Okay. Well, let's take a look back at the move here.
Oh boy, that's a.
So on a 10 plus, you choose 3 of these items, and do you see them up there in the Roll20 chat?
Yep, I see it. Yeah.
So there's actually there are 4 items there. You get 3 of them.
Yeah. Oh, it's gonna be the first 3. I don't think.
So you're
Mallory's
not going
not
to avoid
particularly
collateral.
careful. Like the fight. The previous fight was testimony. She does not have a light touch with this thing with
Okay.
Adrian. So there will be collateral damage, which I am expecting. There will be.
Yep,
Rip
so-
these vehicles.
So yeah,
Rip
suffering
these
little
vehicles.
harm means the group fights defensively, reducing the amount of harms suffered by 1 in addition to their armor. Might limit your group's effectiveness, but it does keep them alive in the face of grave danger. Inflicting terrible harm means that your group goes for the throat. punishing the opposition with brutal violence and inflicting 1 harm more than they would otherwise inflict. This is more than just adding 1 harm to the attack. Inflicting terrible harm is painful and scarring. And then seizing a vital position means that your group takes the high ground or occupies a choke point. The opposition will be at a disadvantage until they can force you to move or give up your holding. So, let's see. I think that what that means. Do you know let me go ahead and look at these folks. 2 harm is their normal amount, and they have 2 armor ordinarily, which is
little.
hysterical because these so they're just using guns and knives, this group, and they weren't prepared for demons.
That sounds like their problem.
That seems like...
So, well, it does. No, so these guns and knives, the types that they have, only do like 2 harm. So your group is not going to get whittled down at all yet.
Yeah, I think it's like once you figure out the shots, we're just just not gonna try and evade them anymore.
Yeah.
We're not doing
anything. Do 3 harm at the outset to this group. That's and so you can see them starting to as these things swarm all around them. And they just I assume these things have the power of flight for some reason. I'm not sure if they
Sure, why not? Let's go.
I feel as though they do.
Full nightmarish.
So they're going to come around in the lot and kind of just sort of outflank them immediately. They were not expecting this. These things swarm down on them, and you've cut them almost in half. This group now. That these things are now attacking them, and they're like, ah! They're getting their guns out. And I think in reaction, let's see.
There's a lot of just biting guns and gun arms, that sort of thing.
Yeah. And you also can be in a slightly better position. Where do you want to position yourself here?
I want to be within active range, kind of closer to Kai, just in case, because I know
Okay.
I was trying just to have them just hide, but they the others it's find them. It's just okay, that's not. Just make sure she's trying to just make sure that they just don't do a abduction, just run off while we're fighting.
Yeah. You can take the opportunity if you want to hop over the Lamborghini that is currently between.
Yeah, just stomp on it. Let's just stomp on this one.
Okay, you're on the roof of it now. You've hopped up, so you're between Kai and the bulk of this group. You come down on this thing. I presume you sort of leap up onto it. Is that kind of what I'm seeing here?
Yeah.
So you leap up onto this vehicle, and there's this big whump, and a bunch of the car alarms go off.
Good.
Out here.
It's just more or less. Yeah.
This happens.
Thank you.
How soon after the party was this again?
The party is still technically going on.
Good. All these people are look outside, what the.
So this is now happening. Car alarms are blaring.
There's a werewolf and a bunch, a swarm of demons outside. This is.
And so you can see that from the position you're in, and that Kai can now see as these folks have Kai can see this, and Mallory can see this. You both can see this. These folks have moved further down. When I say these folks, I mean, Diana has stayed sort of closer to here. So you're closer to Diana, who is now wolfed out and is getting ready to leap at these folks. You can see, and you see Erica and Julissa. Julissa is currently struggling with Erica for some reason. Erica is just kind of stone-faced at the moment. And Dino is just sort of next looking back and forth between the two of them and trying to do something. It looks like perhaps he's about to do something, but we don't know what yet. We see over on the far side, they've come a little closer. Ileana and Voltaire. Ileana is now just sort of looking past all that as her people are just sort of, she's like, she's seeing this happen, and she's gritting her teeth, shaking her head, and she is pointing her gun, which you can now see is a trank gun. She is pointing it in Kai's direction, and appears to be about to fire. And you don't know if Voltaire looks like maybe he's about to try and stop her. You're not sure, but Kai, what would you like to do?
Do I see this happening?
Yes.
Sweet. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna use, because I'm one corruption point away from getting another move. So,
yeah, this is a good time.
So I'm gonna do my eye all seeing and suffer one harm, but also take a corruption point so I can get another move. To have a vision about the situation at hand. And my question is, does Ileana make the shot?
Let me see here. This is a corruption move?
Yes. It's called Eye All Seeing.
So, it depends on if you try to avoid it or not.
Well, yeah, I'm going to avoid it, but I want to see if she, like, is she going to make that anyway?
She will be possibly hampered a little bit, so if you do get hit, it probably won't be as bad as it would have been necessarily.
Okay. So maybe only a little tranked?
So maybe only a little tranked. In other words, it's gonna hit you at an angle.
Okay.
If it hits you. You imagine that there's going to be some mystical being from outside of this reality who may ask you to keep your cool. Or something similar.
Yes. That is fair.
And we'll be reading that result also like tea leaves. Fate is telling you that she is probably going to barely make the shot, but
okay,
it is still avoidable.
Okay, good. That's good to know. And are all the people with guns taken care of, or like at least distracted at the moment?
They are currently very engrossed in fighting Mallory and also Diana at this point, who is at this point joining Mallory's group essentially. And
that's a bad place.
Tear into these folks. Yes,
that's a bad sandwich.
Yeah. Okay. And then Ileana's over here, right? Where she moved?
She is closer to over here now. She's kind of
okay,
approaching.
Cool. So she's just because I'm like about there, I think.
Yeah, she's much closer. She's like right across the cars from you, basically.
Sweet. I'm gonna do something real dumb. I'm gonna totally blow my position where I am and run up to her and like try to shoot, like screw her shot by moving
Okay.
But want to get close to her where I can, what does it say? Basically be face to face with her, unless that counts across the parking lot, which I don't think it does.
If you're about to do a thing,
I am about to do a thing.
that I think you probably need to be right up to her.
Yeah, that's what I
if
figured.
it's the thing that I think it is, which I'm not completely sure, but we can figure it out.
Find out.
So yes, you're about to race up, trying to avoid being shot, try to distract her in that way. Yeah, this is going to be a keep your cool.
That makes sense.
So this is going to be with spirit, and we need to see what is happening. 8. Okay. So, what it's going to cost you. So, obviously, this is putting you in a kind of a vulnerable position. You're going to be standing where you want to be. You're not going to get shot. But you're going to immediately, you're basically going to be in a position for someone else to rather immediately do something.
Yeah.
Depending on how the next few seconds go.
Okay.
Also, other things are also happening, but they're not immediately involved in you running up to Ileana.
Okay. I didn't think I'd get this far, so I didn't think that far ahead. Cool.
Well, let's take a moment.
To Mallory.
Yes, let's head over to Mallory again, as there's a lot happening. Mallory, you can see that at this point that Diana is now fighting basically along with you, with the attacking these people who are between the two of you. Some of them look like they may be about to try and run. They're not completely sure yet. They are trying. They have their knives out and they're fighting defensively. You do hear one of them, whom you spot actually in the crowd there. In the crowd that's coming up to fight you. You spot one of them whom you recognize as Elias, the one that you leaned on and got information out of like a week or so ago. I'm pretty sure, yeah. That's how you found out they were in town in the first place. And you see him say, and you see him as in reacting to Diana, he says, "Switch to silver!" And some of these are they're trying to sort of reach quickly for secondary silver knives that some of them are carrying. What would you like to do?
Mallory's used to fighting with, hand to hand. Silver weapons aren't new, but one thing she doesn't like. I think narratively, if it's like she skewers someone against one of the small cars and just looks at Voltaire. Voltaire, this is a job, right? How much is this job worth? See, the last person that got on my bad side looked like hamburger smashed through half of a train car. If you go, no hard feelings. If you stay, it's gonna be a bad night for you.
All right. I think this is going to be persuade an NPC.
Yep.
And you're persuading through threats.
Yep.
And so this is rolling with heart. This is rolling persuade. Let's
All
see
right,
how this
let's
goes.
see. Oh no.
Ooh.
Who he is?
All right. So Voltaire is just sort of stroking. Actually, Voltaire is he doesn't have any hands free to stroke his chin right now. He's carrying his cane, and he's got a coin that he's been just sort of fiddling with in one of his hands, and he will look between everything that's going on, and he will say, when you ask him, let's see, what I don't know how much this job is worth you, and so he's sort of thinking that over for a split second, and he's like, well, perhaps I should go. And you see he tosses the coin up into the air. And I think, because of the positioning here, there is, from the coin very kind of rapidly, you see a band of light, a circle of light comes off as it sort of, the coin is in midair. This circular band of light, as though coming from the edges of the coin, this bluish white light comes immediately off of it, crackling with energy, enlarges to a few meters across, and drops down over where he and Ileana and Kai are standing. And then they're not standing there anymore.
Cool.
But he did go. All right. And the battle continues to rage. As this happens, I will say that Mallory, you will note that as this distraction is taking place, you see that Julissa takes this opportunity to grab a small object from Erica and bolt down this alley. And Erica and Dino are racing after her. The odd thing about the object looked kind of, from the tiniest glimpse you saw of it, looked kind of like a dark stone item with perhaps writing carved into it that's glowing a little bit. Let's see. Where do we find you? Where do we find...
Where did I end up?
Where did you... Oh, no!
Let's see. How strange a spot should we put everyone in? How far away should we put everyone from everyone else?
We've got bad ideas all around, no matter where you put me.
I know,
so.
Right? Okay, yes. No, I had a thought about total isolation, but then I thought he had to cast this really damn fast.
Cool.
So...
Rush teleportation's always fun.
Yes,
That
it is,
always
isn't it?
goes real well.
So... Yeah, let's see. Let's do this. Yes, let's do this. You find yourself in the corner of the courtyard.
Is that where Virgil and Roxy and everybody is?
They're in this corner. They're in the.
But I'm in the
the
same
other corner.
court.
But yes, this is the same courtyard.
Okay.
And at this point, as this has just happened, and you see that very briefly, you see that Roxy and Virgil and Mia have sort of looked up and they've noticed that the car alarms are going off. There's someone lying at their feet that you can see right now, and there's something glowing from that direction. You can't see too clearly, it's on the opposite side of the courtyard. And you see that there's a bit of a certain distraction, because it's like some of them are like, oh crap, I gotta concentrate on this. No, don't, you know. And they haven't noticed you yet.
Cool. Because they're not my problem at the moment.
Yeah. But
luckily, my problem came with me.
Yes.
Cool.
So Ileana at this point is holding is like, well, it's an empty trank gun because she just shot you. And she is basically going to try to grab hold of you.
Okay.
And she's looking around for just a second. She says, "Okay, fine, this way. Do it!" As she says to, she's saying to Voltaire.
Can I do my thing that I
What would you like to do? Yes.
figured out?
Yes.
I'm gonna use the corruption move Dark Fate to proclaim a curse on somebody. Face to face with somebody to pronounce a curse on them.
Okay.
Ooh.
And I look at Ileana and kind of wiggle out of her grasp and say, I don't know why you're so insistent on me going with you. I'm not going to go with you. I curse you to stone. And I petrify her as if she, like, Gorgon had stared at her.
Okay.
That's my curse.
Let me ask you for a moment, briefly.
I need to roll for that,
Ooh.
obviously.
Is this-
Oh, please.
Which moves is
I
this
need
we're
to-
doing?
I need to roll for spirit.
Let me take a look at this real quick.
Oh,
It is
please.
Dark Fate.
Dark Fate. This is a corruption move? Or
It's a
is this
corruption move.
Let me take a look here. Dark Fate. Yeah, mark corruption with face and pronounce a curse on them. Roll with spirit on 10 plus choose to. The curse lasts for a long time. You're not the obvious source of the curse. Effects of the curse are potent and obvious. Well, let's see what you get.
Come on.
Please.
Oh!
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Choose two.
Oh.
I choose the curse lasts for a long time,
Mm-hmm.
and the effects of the curse are potent and obvious, because I don't care that she knows this came from me.
Okay. All right. So, what does this look like? What is the? Are there special effects involved?
There absolutely are. So Kai's eyes kind of roll back and go white, like all white, and kind of glowing. And as they say, you know, I don't know why you're insistent on me coming with you. I was never going to come with you, willingly or not. And for that, you are cursed to remain in the same place for a very, very unfortunately long time. And there's just kind of this like shockwave of like energy that comes off of them, directed at Ileana.
All right. So this shockwave comes out, and
then Kai's eyes are normal.
then she's like, yeah, yeah, and immediately it's like a flash.
Bye.
She turns to stone. It's just this flash of light comes forth, and it's when it goes away, she is a statue.
I turned to Voltaire and go, that would have been a lot cooler if we were still in the parking lot and all of our followers had seen that. Just FYI.
Just sort of shakes his head. I guess I'm not getting paid now.
That is very much not my concern.
He just sort of looks. He just sort of raises his eyebrow, and he's like, "You have an unfortunate." He says, "You have an unfortunate habit. You have an unfortunate habit of souring my jobs lately. You know that." And I think
Do I look like I care at the moment? I mean,
but I think
suit doesn't look like it fits you, by the way. It's like a little too broad in the shoulders.
Yeah, the suit is tailored a little oddly, and he just sort of looks like he shrugs. We're going to cut back to the parking lot for a moment because there's a fight going on. Mallory, you are still in the midst of this fight. There are still some of them left who are trying to desperately to get things under control. They're not sure completely what to do, as they're stuck between a demon and a werewolf. What would you like to do?
All right. She is pissed that Voltaire just like teleported the hell away. This is the stuff that she was very, very annoyed with wizards. They do stuff like this. Bunch of jerks. But matter at hand. First of all, deal with whatever these things. We'll figure out where Kai went as soon as don't have these little distractions around. Was Kai's thing? Was it bright or was it like just?
I don't think it was bright enough to be seen above the courtyard.
Okay.
Because you've got a whole building between you and that. So
all right. First of all, get rid of the immediate threats. Yeah, we'll just we'll.
Someone else in the courtyard might have seen it though.
Yeah.
I would imagine.
Yeah, we will just continue to tear into these aggressors until we can figure out what we're gonna do.
Okay.
I mean, she's mad. She is frustrated and mad. So you know what? They're right there. Why not? They're still being a pain in the ass. So let's do it.
Okay. What do you want to do?
Let us unleash.
All right. So you just want individually you're going to do it, or are you just sort of getting you're leading the group? Either way.
Yeah, all of us are going to do it. Yeah, we're just gonna.
All right. Yeah. So yeah, just roll with blood, and we'll do a group attack.
This terrible goddamn swarm of things. All right. Where's my sheet thing? Oh, there you are.
You are no longer at this point in danger of dying, by the way. I don't.
Yeah,
think,
this is just lashing out at whatever these things are. Who these people are? It doesn't really matter to her at this moment.
Okay. Yeah.
Jeez, she is. Good. Yeah, she is. She can't convince. Oh, but you know what? She can kick some ass and terrify these.
Yep. So, again, you get to pick. You get to pick 3 things. Once again, from this list.
Nah, same things.
Same 3 things.
It's even less careful now. Now it's just just.
So at this point, basically a car gets tipped over. I think at this point, as this is going on, and you essentially are wailing into this group, and you're at the point now that you have, as you tear into it, your spikes going through people, these demons swarming people, and Diana just sort of reaching and tearing people's throats out.
God, I hope can we end up just sandwich a bunch of people between cars? Just
absolutely.
Yeah.
It's you each grab a car as a couple of them are trying to get away.
Yeah, I think the way that MacLeod does, she impales the car and then just uses that as leverage, just Yeah. You
have yes. So it takes a moment, but you manage to. I think you're going to get all of them. I don't think a single one of them is going to escape. You get these people broken, bleeding, and either dead or dying, depending on what you decide to do, whether you decide to finish them all or not. Do you finish them all off, or are you going to leave leave some of them alive.
I mean, at this point, like, if they're down for the count, she's not gonna like. She'll do a few of them. She'll leave. They'll probably just be from like inattention. There'll probably a few of them will probably like still be alive.
Yeah.
But most of them aren't.
Okay, so yeah, so like
one of them crawled under a car and just like played dead.
All right, so you do this. You're wailing into these people. We're going to take another second. We're going to skip back across. And all this while, you are hearing footfalls and arguing and sounds of a struggle of some kind from the alley. We're gonna jump across. Well, it's a road, really. It's old, yeah. We're gonna jump back across to the courtyard. And I think at this point, for just a moment, you're going to you have caught the attention of. You see Virgil, who is starting to charge towards you. He's not, he's trying to see what's going on. Kai. He's just sort of looking around. And as this is happening, you see, as he's sort of rushing forward, you see that at this point, Mia has been at the same time racing to see what's going on in the parking lot, leaving Roxy just standing there trying to do something with this person lying on the ground, and she's like looking up as calling after Virgil, and she's sort of like, damn it, as though she's having a little trouble. But Virgil is just sort of running over, seeing that you're there, and Voltaire is there, and there's a statue there, and something happened. He's like, what the hell happened?
I took care of a problem.
Are you okay?
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a little hurt, like, psychically at the moment, but,
Voltaire at this point has taken out a cigarette. Just sort of like,
why are you still here?
He's like, all right. Here. He snaps his fingers, and suddenly he's changed clothes. He's now wearing a big sort of extra-looking leather overcoat, and still kind of a suit underneath, but it's a different suit. And he has under one arm he has a what looks like a clothing box. He says, "You want to give this to your friend?"
I would love to give this to my friend, provided that the green shark skin thing is what's in here.
He lifts the lid. You see, it's the suit.
I'll take it. Thank you.
And he's like,
sorry you didn't get paid, man.
Yeah, well, she was kind of fickle in the first place. She wanted to take the mantle off of you.
Wait, take it off of me?
Oui, yeah. She, I was going to do a transfer of your mantle over to her.
Oh, now I'm real glad she's
That's
stoned.
what she paid me for. Yeah. She wanted to be the Pythia.
Why the hell would anybody want this? You know what? I
think it was either that or they were going to kill you and hope it comes back around to one of them. That's usually how it goes. I didn't know it was you.
Yeah, surprise.
And Virgil is just sort of like, oh shit, okay, right. And at this point, you hear Roxy yell, Virgil, get the hell over here! I can't hold him!
You need help?
Yeah, that might be a good idea. And he turns around and he starts running. Back toward the other end.
While he's doing that, can I say something to him?
Sure.
Hey, you know the thing that I told you to hold off on? With Delphina?
Yeah?
Screw it. Do what you want.
Oh. Shit. Okay.
Do what you want when you want. Forget it. I had my conversation. I'm not saying go do it now, but I'm relinquishing that request.
Okay, well, I'll try to hold on for another few minutes. He turns and he's as he's heading back in the direction of Roxy. I do want to know. This is while Mallory is finishing off the other folks in the parking lot. Kai, is there something else what would you like to do at this point?
There's no immediate threat in this courtyard, and I can hear Mallory taking care of things out there. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna follow Virgil and over to Roxy and see what the hell is up with the person on the ground. Okay. And if I can help.
All right. So, at this point, as you're heading, as you head away, I think Voltaire will just sort of nod goodbye. He's not really much for for saying a lot when not a lot needs to be said, and shrugs and he says, "For what it's worth, it was nothing personal, but I'm glad I didn't have. In a way, I'm glad I didn't have to work tonight."
Yeah, thank you.
And at least, well, I got another thing, but I don't need that for it. He nods, and he will just sort of melt into the shadows. So Kai, you head up, and you're gonna see that there is a circle that someone, probably Roxy, has made on the ground of some powder, and she has some kind of she has an artifact. It looks like a kind of it looks like a stick. It's like a divining rod type thing that she has pointed at the individual in the circle. Let's see. We're gonna use. Let's see what we're gonna use here. Yes. As he tries to figure out what he wants to, which soundtrack he wants to switch to. Let me hear what this sounds like. I don't know if it's going to be this or not. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, no, I don't think we're gonna go with that one. That one's wrong. Okay, we'll figure it out. In any case, as you're kind of looking down, you see that she's created this sort of a circle, and yeah, we'll try this one. We haven't used this one yet, and you see in the middle of the circle is Cagliostro, sort of looking. He's hovering just a little bit above the ground, just a little bit, lying, still in a prone position, and as he's got his teeth gritted, and he's looking up very angrily at Roxy, and she's just at this point she's picked up a she has in hand a stone. That she has in her other hand. She's got it, like, see, one hand she's got this divining rod thing, the other she has a stone. And as you're coming up, She's like, you want to point this at him and concentrate for me?
I don't know what we're doing.
Keeping him contained while we get the rest of this out of him.
What? I don't know what to concentrate on. You got to give me a little more context.
Just keep the circle going. Oh shit! Keep the circle going. And you see there are sort of points that he's trying to break out, and he's like sort of sitting up and lashing against things, and you can see bits of light coming off from the from positions on it, and just point the pointy head at him and think of a circle. She says,
okay.
As she's got it's a little sort of pointed rock basically that looks kind of old, and I'm going to I think I'm going to give
I anticipated my night going, Roxy. Just FYI.
I'm going to give you an option. Well, let me know first of all. Let me ask you before I even say what we're going to do mechanically. What are you do? What is Kai doing at this point?
Taking the very confused because many things have happened very quickly. Takes the rock from Roxy. What are we trying to get out of him? I'll think circle. Just what is water cooler version, elevator version, whatever you want to call it.
Let's see. I think Virgil at this point will speak up because he knows a little bit of what's happening.
Just someone tell me what we're doing and I'll do it. I just need to know what and why.
Virgil looks up. He says, "An army of the dead's probably coming in a little bit."
For the love of whatever. Okay, and this will stop said army?
And we're just trying to figure out how.
Okay, I'm in, and I point the rock and I think circle really hard, really hard.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Are you trying to do something supernatural right now, or are you just pointing and thinking circle and trying to make it work, just trying to make it work in that respect?
Yeah, we'll do some supernatural shit.
Okay.
I don't really know how oracular powers work in terms of circle binding, but...
Well, this would be probably letting it out.
Yeah, I will try to channel something.
As we just... You reach deep within the... you reach into the mantle of the Pythia.
Especially with having had the success, the raging success with Ileana, I think, like, powers are very close to the surface at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah. So this would be letting it out, rolling the spirit.
All right. And this is advanced because I'm a conduit. So if I nail it, then, you know.
Ooh. All right.
Not quite, but.
Not quite. Not quite at the 11, but you are successful. Okay. So you get to so you get to choose an item from the list. 2 items if you mark corruption.
What the hell? I'm gonna take definite hold of something vulnerable or exposed to kind of stabilize the circle. And I'll take +1 forward.
Okay, on your next roll. Awesome. And so he looks. So the circle re-establishes itself. And as this happens, he's like, and he tries to sit up. She's like, and Roxy at this point is like, all right. Now, where is this army showing up? And he's like, everywhere. Everywhere. Well, anywhere there's a statue.
Oh, shit.
You said that she's trying to stop someone. Yes. There's about to be something unleashed, I'm afraid. And she's sort of turns the rod. You will tell me what it is that she's trying to stop. A force of destruction. Yes, there's a force of destruction coming tonight. Yeah, I've been hearing that from a few different sources tonight. What force of destruction? You know! He's like... we're going to take a second. Mallory, at this point, you have finished in the parking lot. And you said your next thing you were going to try to find Kai, is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you return to your non-demon form, or do you stay in demon form?
Oh, I don't know what's happening. So still demon form.
Okay. So Diana is coming with you, following you in wolf form.
Okay.
To kind of just sort of help out. And you're going to. It doesn't take long. You're going to spot Kai, and the others whom I have described. In the corner of the courtyard. You just go through the parking lot. You go through the garage and into the courtyard. And you see them again over in the corner, and you're pulling up as you sort of barely hear the end of this conversation. So Roxy has pointed this stick at the this magical stick at Cagliostro. Wants to know what form the destruction will take. And he crackles with energy for a moment. He's like, and she says, "You will answer." Yes. It's from an artifact from Castle San Angelo. And he says, a tablet is imprisoning them. Imprisoning what? Come on, give me a name. And he's like, Abaddon! And
cool.
This is the point at which we're going to take a quick break.
Excellent. Good.
This is fine.
This is not this.
We'll be back in a few minutes.
But we have the suit.
But you have the suit. On the good side, on the plus side, you do have the suit. Take care, folks. We'll see you shortly. Greetings once again. We have returned. Let me go ahead and fix a couple of things so that we're all looking at the right place here. There we go. Okay, good. We're in the courtyard right now, which I am showing everyone. They've pictured. This is sort of the view of the courtyard from above, so that folks can see that. And this would be the view of the courtyard if you were in the courtyard, looking from between pillars. And so that's kind of what we're looking at the moment. But we're now going to we resume in the courtyard, where the revelation has just been made that apparently the thing that everyone is worried about is Abaddon. Or, well, not everyone, but the thing that apparently somehow Cagliostro knows is that the thing that someone, presumably Hecate, is concerned about is Abaddon.
Cool, that's...
So, Mallory, you are approaching this Kai. You're standing right there. What are you folks doing?
Oh, shit, what's happening here? You're fine?
I'm fine. Eliana, not so much. When I point.
You point and you see a statue of her going like this.
Oh, shit, what happened?
I cursed her to be stone.
Oh, that's badass.
Yeah, Voltaire bamfed us out of there, and I was gonna do it in the parking lot, and it would have been so cool in front of all of her followers, but...
Yeah, what happened to the asshole?
Oh, speaking of, I think I'm supposed to be holding this and keeping a circle, but I'm gonna gesture with my elbow. This belongs to you, and I point at the box.
Okay, she'll... Oh, well... Guess that's even. Maybe. If I'm feeling generous. She'll gesture at Ileana. It's like, you care what happens?
Not really at all.
She'll smile and she'll just walk up and just punch it.
Yeah. At this point, yeah, Virgil just sort of notices what you're doing and he's like, hey. He doesn't really... Roxy's too busy concentrating right now.
Yeah. She'll walk back and she'll to kind of want to do that ever since you said there are statue people here.
Yeah, you punch the head off of the statue? Is that what we're...
Yeah.
Okay, yes, so that's...
Bye, Eliana.
It goes down, it cracks.
If anyone was gonna get their petrified head punched off, I'm glad it was her.
I mean... Seems like she deserved it.
I don't know why she thought I was ever gonna leave with her, willingly or not. That was just whatever.
And I think as you're talking to Mallory, she's gonna put on the suit just in case. Who knows what the hell's gonna happen today?
Are you remaining in demon form while doing so, or are
she'll I think after the punching, she'll
okay,
turn back to normal.
Yeah. Diana, in the meantime, also is sort of approached, and everyone seems to recognize her. They're a little wary. Diana will see that you're doing that and start transforming back.
She'll take out. I think also Mallory's gonna just take out a cigarette and just kind of
She's looking over and seeing and as she's transforming back. She's you hear her, and her voice is still changing as part of this. What are you doing with Cagliostro?
Yeah, what's happening here?
I really don't have a clue, actually, what's going on. So that's a good question.
Virgil says, an army of the dead is about to invade, apparently, hopping into a bunch of statues, I guess?
Not that one,
coming out. According to what the Count here just said. And Abaddon, does anybody know anything about Abaddon? I mean, you hear legends, but that's about it, right?
I got demon. That's all I got for you.
Yeah.
This is not someone anyone can roll name to a face with, per se, but It does, it is a, yeah, because this is someone who's not been around.
Cool.
But, so, Roxy will say, tell us about Abaddon. Must you keep doing that? I must. Warden of the Abyss, Scion of Destruction, the fallen angel Abaddon, was imprisoned before my time, I'm afraid, but I did rather want an opportunity to study it. Or the tablet at the very least. I never really got very close to it when I was in the castle.
The what?
And Virgil says, yeah, he says apparently Abaddon's trapped in a tablet of some kind, and that it's apparently, according to prophecies, that's of some kind, that's coming out tonight.
Shit.
Yeah, that's why apparently the Hecate, the underworld goddess Hecate, apparently she's set this guy to ensure that a bunch of spirits are coming up and inhabiting apparently a bunch of statues that have been prepared in some way. I don't know.
So, just to get this straight, Abaddon in tablet, Hecate doesn't want that, so she's sending up the army of the dead, who's going to inhabit all the statues.
And Roxy's like, yeah, that's about the size of it.
Okay, just making sure I had that all straight out. That sounds like all of that sounds like something to be avoided.
Mm-hmm.
Literally all of it.
I mean, none of it sounds good.
Well, yeah, go ahead.
If Abaddon doesn't come out of the tablet, do we not have the army of the dead?
And so at this point, Roxy says, "Answer them."
Like, I'm just wondering if it's an if-then kind of statement, or if the army of the dead is a foregone conclusion, regardless of the tablet Abaddon situation.
Yeah, tell them. Roxy says to Cagliostro, and Cagliostro's like, she's not really very into contracts. She's not a sphinx. She doesn't have rules. She does whatever the hell she wants. I don't know. Best guess. She doesn't want the balance upset that much, so I suspect. But if and she knows it's going to be upset if she sends them up, so probably not. Probably not if Abaddon is dealt with in some way before before midnight.
So, question: how easy is it to get this Abaddon out of the tablet?
Yeah, how does that work?
And at this point, and Roxy points the stick, and Cagliostro says, I have no idea. It is not.
Well, it
I haven't
seems
seen
worrying.
that thing in a long time. There was a ritual involved, I think. It's you were supposed to do something with it, but I don't know. For all I know, you just break the thing and it comes out. It was held in. Yes, I seem to remember the symbols on it did hold the thing in place. Did hold the being in place.
I don't know. Given what Mallory just did with that stone statue, I feel like break the thing to unleash the ultimate evil inside of it is a security feature we should probably revisit.
There's a
I mean,
lot
there's-
of...
Well, I mean, it
there
wasn't
is-
a locked. It wasn't a locked vault until last night.
Until last night.
Yeah, but the locked vault got broken into, so maybe that's also a security feature we should look at after tonight.
And
Just a
Cagliostro will look
suggestion.
pointedly in Diana's direction. And Diana is just sort of like, at this point, she's fully transformed back at this point. And I'm going to say that there are special rituals werewolves can perform to be able to retain their clothing when they transform back and forth.
Yeah.
That perhaps not all of them have access to this, but Diana does. Diana does. So she's back in her clothes when you look at her, and she crosses her arms, and she's looking she's looking kind of stony right now.
Diana,
She looks down at him.
is it that tablet?
They said it was an archangel. They didn't say which one.
How did we get from Abaddon to Archangel? Is Abaddon an Archangel?
Let's see. Roxy's like, yeah, according to the lore, used to be an archangel. Was an archangel. It's a fallen angel, fallen archangel.
Got it.
Yeah. We thought it would even the balance. We weren't expecting it to be a scion of destruction.
Even what balance?
The Vatican is trying to come forth and annihilate us all. You know this, yes?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I've just had a really overwhelming 48 hours of my life, so I just have a lot of questions about everything at the moment.
It's that, that damn summoning circle thing, right? Part of it?
Yeah.
Yes, we heard of this. We thought we don't know precisely what it does, but we know that but from what we can determine it is going to contain as much any supernatural entity. Whatever it does to us, it cannot be good. And they're trying to do it to get around the pact. This is why we were trying to stop them. Because if we felt we had an archangel on our side, it might, shall we say, convince them.
You do technically have an archangel on your side. It's just bad.
And at this point, Cagliostro just sort of chuckles at that. Oh, they're quite right. They'll doubtless level the city. They've been in there a while. Who knows how they'll react when they're released. Well, they certainly will have the power to level the city.
I mean, I know I'd be pissed off if I was Captain.
Yeah, that stone tablet was real small.
Okay. This is Virgil now is sort of looking in. It's like, yes, we. Okay, so I guess finding this tablet's probably a good idea.
Didn't we see someone running off with it? This is Sara asking.
Yes, you did. That would be
The
that
vampire.
would be Erica and a group of Erica and Dr. Dino and Julissa, the vampire.
Yeah.
The Vampire Empress of Rome and the
Well,
weird
not the Empress
hunter.
of Rome. This is Julissa, who is a childer of her.
Yeah. This
Right.
was.
And
Yeah.
formerly had a relationship with Serena.
Oh, that's right. Sorry.
Yeah.
Valeria is the Empress, right?
Yes, Valeria Messalina.
Okay.
Yes.
Wife
of Claudius a long time ago.
That's a good group of people to have access to a archangel. We should probably find that.
Right. And at this point, Roxy's like, all right, well, at least this one, we can maybe delay this whole army of the dead situation if I can put this one somewhere else for a while. I think I've got an idea for that. Does anyone have any questions for him before I do that? Any more questions? All right. And as Cagliostro is sitting up, well, as he just sort of looks up at Roxy, she begins once again. She's moving the stick in a sort of a counterclockwise direction. He says, "Oh, bellissima. You know, I have underestimated you. Are you quite sure you want to do that? As he says, just sort of rocking back and forth. I could help you out with your little... I could, of course, help you out with your little formal marital problem. As she just sort of continues, and she just starts spinning the stick faster at that point. And at which point she finishes the chant, and he's like, "Ah!" You see these sort of transparent fires come up, sort of bluish fires come up, and consume him, and then he is gone. He vanishes. And then at this point, Roxy just sort of is like, oh, God.
So that was fun.
Okay. Right, so, tablet. Okay, yeah. Any ideas? Diana says, I can try to track them. And there's just sort of a nod at this point. There's sort of there has been a loud commotion sort of building, but you can hear sort of back across from the direction of the parking lot. There are a lot of people coming down to see what happened.
Of course.
And Virgil just sort of is looking over there, steps over there for a moment. He steps back. Okay, that way is going to be pretty much... That way looks like it's effectively cut off right now.
That side is pretty trash.
You're going to have to go around the block at least. See if they're anywhere nearby still. Right, quick search party, anyone?
Second. Just give me a second to make the call first. She's going to just step away and call Mr. Sharp.
All right. And the phone rings for a moment, and then he picks up. And he's like, "Have you got it?"
Hey, asshole! Do you know what's in that thing?
And at which point he says, well, "Why else would I ask for it?"
Good. Oh, good. Because I didn't know I was handling the equivalent of a atomic bomb in supernatural sense.
Well, yeah, why do you think it was so important that you get it to me? I'm not going to keep it here.
So what are we doing with it?
Well, that's management level stuff, I'm afraid. Are you... What, are you losing your spirit over this? Is this something you can't do?
Well, I mean, if you're, you know, hell on earth thing doesn't seem very fun, so.
Oh, Earth's not gonna have to worry about it. Not if everything stays in place. Everything is still in place, isn't it?
What things?
You know, the thing inside the object we are talking about? It's kind of vital that it stays in there, otherwise I can't do what I have to do.
It's... As far as I know, it's still in there. There's nothing, like, apocalyptic happening yet, so I imagine, yeah, it's probably still in there.
Okay. You get that to me ASAP, and then we are going to leave this plane and not have to worry about it anymore. Alright?
Fine. Also, I got your suit back, so that's another plus in my...
Huh. Okay, great. That's great.
Hope you'll mind I hang on to it for a little bit, because I don't know what the hell is going to happen trying to get this thing back.
Oh, for goodness sake. I'm going to need that shortly. But, yeah, we deliver both at the same time. That'll be fine.
Alright, that's fine.
And at one point he's like, no, it's fine. It's fine. It'll be okay. I got it. Alright.
Alright. Fine.
Alright. We've only got, what? A better part of an hour? We got like less than an hour before midnight?
Yeah. Next time, you need to tell me how important these damn things are.
Well, if you knew, you might hesitate, like you're kind of doing now. Get it. And he's gonna hang up.
You see her that's like, fuck you. It's like... Alright, let's go look for this thing.
Let's go.
Yeah. There was a slight hesitation in his voice before you asked him, or when you asked him, what are you going to do with it?
Mm-hmm.
You suspect whatever he's going to do with it still isn't going to be...
It's a demon! I know it's not good. I just don't want it to be like, whatever the heck Kai is doing.
He says it's not going to destroy the Earth, but of course, we don't know.
Well, I mean, if it just destroys Rome, it's not just technically destroying Earth.
Yeah,
I mean, technically.
City.
Yeah, technically,
Right.
It's fine. It's fine, Tim.
Fine.
Can I just... Diana's the werewolf around
Yes.
here, right? Okay. I just have a question. What did you think you were stealing from the Vatican that they'd locked up in a tower? Like, do you really think they would have locked an archangel in there?
They're devoted to Saint Michael. We thought it might be Michael.
Trapped in a tablet.
Yes. Well, no one's
Okay.
seen Michael for millennia.
That's true.
There's only the one angel who ever does anything around here, and they can't get involved.
Okay. I'll buy it.
But an angel trapped 2,000 years ago? Would certainly not be bound by the pact made 400 years ago.
Oh, alright, we need to find this thing before, all this talk is for nothing if they just decide to, open it up. So let's just get kicking and find this.
Yeah, if all they gotta do is break it, they can just drop it off any old building. Or get you to punch it. That was really cool. Thank you.
Felt good.
Yeah.
So,
It's good to know that you can do that also, so.
Yeah. Was not expecting that to work, if I'm being entirely honest with you.
You never know if you try. Don't try.
Exactly. Screw around, find out.
Mm-hmm. And we should probably go the other way because those people found out and now they're like, it's not very pretty.
there's a lot
Yeah.
of yelling and screaming now coming from the parking lot.
Probably not go that way.
Yeah. Oh, they're
Big,
gonna have a
big,
hard time.
solid crowd of people.
Well, they're gonna have a hard time explaining what the heck we did over there, so. All right, let's go.
Oh man, I didn't get any of that on video.
I'm pretty sure there might have.
Is Voltaire bouncing
Actually, can I
out?
check? Can I check? Can I check? Just check the thing.
Check Twitter real quick.
Yeah, or like, what are you doing?
No, unfortunately, it doesn't appear to have made it. Oh wait, no, Kai, you had your camera on for the first part of it, but then you got busy.
And then I got busy. So I got the transformation into a demon, and I got maybe some card throwing, but I didn't get like. Can we say that I got the summoning of the demon swarm just because, like, before I shoved my phone in my pocket?
Yeah.
So I got part of it, and then Voltaire bamfed me out of there. So.
Yeah. Yeah, sure, absolutely. What you decide to do with that footage is, of course, up to you.
I sent it to Mallory.
Okay, excellent.
Mallory's just gonna post it.
She can do what she wants with it.
Yeah, sure, let's join in.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. That won't upset anyone at all.
That won't upset. No, absolutely not.
No.
She's pissed at him too. So you know what? Whatever.
Yeah,
They're
that's
cool
true.
And like.
That's true. So what are we doing? Are we
Figure out where.
who's doing what?
Diana, were you gonna track them?
Yeah, yes, I'm working on trying. she's so you and so the two of you and Diana and Virgil and Roxy. Mia at this point has actually gotten sort of swallowed up in that crowd because she had gone over to see what was happening. I think Mallory, you saw her briefly as you were heading back heading into the courtyard in the first place. So it's so it is the four of you at this point going and looking around. So someone who is who is a player character who is helping look. I would like one of you to as you're going to be looking around. I feel as though this could be a hit the streets situation.
Cool.
So
Go for it.
First off, who wants to be the one to make the roll, and then we got to figure out what we're targeting.
Go for it, Mallory.
Yeah, I think maybe since she has the familiarity
Makes
with
more
like
sense,
those
yeah.
circles, maybe she'll. All right, so hit the streets.
Okay, and so you are looking for this group, which is composed of beings from. Wait, let's use our brain. From two different factions.
Yeah.
Are you focusing more on... I think you're probably, I'm guessing, focused more on the people you know from Night than you would be focusing on Erica. I assume.
Yeah.
Does that sound reasonable?
That sounds reasonable, I think. Yeah.
Because I think if that's the case, then yeah, you'd be rolling with Night.
All right, let's do it. I'm on.
Okay.
Hey. Not bad. Huh?
Oh dear. Okay, that's.
Uh-oh. That's not.
That's not horrible.
Oh dear.
Let's see. Well, so this is going to be an interesting choice to make right now. So,
Interesting choices always fun.
7 to 9, choose one. Whoever you're going to is juggling their own problems, or whatever you need is more costly than anticipated.
Oh. Costly's fun.
Okay.
This is a pretty like tense situation. So yeah, there's probably gonna be some heavy consequence stuff happening with this. Sure.
Okay. So, let me take a quick look at the map once again. I'm gonna pull back just a bit, and I'm looking at the. trying to figure out how far away they likely might be by this point. Buildings in Rome. Oh, of course. It had to be. It had to be. I don't think I actually have an image of it. Let me grab one real quick. Let me grab one. Oh, yes, that'll do very nicely. Let me actually do it this way so that I can make this appropriately visible. Alright. You see here, we're down in that one, and that one, and that one, and that one. Actually, it wasn't even that one. Yes. Yeah, see, so you have to forgive me while I talk to myself for just a moment as I get this all put together here. Just for the sake of what we are doing here. There we go. There we go. All right. I'm going to show you where you track them down to.
Oh, of course.
Of course. Why
Of course.
not?
It kind of had to be, I think.
Had to be, yeah. It is the thing in the being
They're
framed
at the
by the
Colosseum.
swirly storm thing, so yes.
You are going to track them down to the Colosseum. This is where this is going to happen. So you go just a little bit of a ways. You go. It's not very far from the palazzo. As you are hunting through, I should have picked one of the ones at night, but because it's kind of lit up a bit.
Mm-hmm. It has that.
Yeah.
I've seen that thing lit up at night.
So that's one of the things there. But yes, yeah, so you're going to find them there. I think that essentially what happens is that over the next little bit, you're going to see that Diana's going to be kind of semi-shifted. It's going to take you down a few different roads, just sort of trying to find them. And sort of as you're doing that, you sort of the pace kind of quickens. I said there were 4 of you. There actually are 5 of you because you have Diana and then also Virgil and Roxy with you. So altogether that makes 5 people. And you find yourself you're approaching the Colosseum, which normally it's closed at night typically.
Mm-hmm.
But in this version of reality, in this version of the world, it's not so hard to get in. I mean, look at it. The building's just sort of standing open like that. But I'm going to show you the interior, just so you will have a reference for what the interior looks like, as will everyone else here. There you are. So, as you approach, you see that in one of the seating areas, what you're looking at in the middle there is actually a pit that was underneath the Colosseum. But off to the side are areas where folks would gather and kind of sit. It's sort of, I'm going to say it's sort of not far from the sort of the far end, the far railing that you see there. It's where you see these flashes of light happening. And what you spot is you see at this point, you see that there has been not exactly a struggle, but a struggle of sorts. You see that there is another werewolf over there, in wolf form, who is sort of lying back against one of the arches, as though he's been thrown there. You think that's probably Dr. Dino Bartolome. And you see, encased in sort of, it's almost like, not encased I should say, but surrounded by this sort of, it's almost like this pillar of light, is the hunter Erica, who has the tablet in front of them that they're holding on to. And you see Julissa sort of looking somewhat bloodied next to them, trying desperately, saying things to them, trying to convince them, probably to stop what they're doing. Maybe. Looks like she probably and the werewolf fought. She looks like she and Dino probably fought. From the way the wounds look as you're getting closer. And as you approach, how are you approaching? Let me ask that. Do you have a plan? What are you doing?
No, absolutely
no, we do not.
Absolutely, just walking in here and just see where things go, because Mallory has no idea.
Kai doesn't have a plan.
Awesome. I think the first person that Diana is going to go for is Dino. She's probably going to circle around to try to help him. Roxy and Virgil are kind of following your leads on this because you are... I mean, Mallory, you and Virgil are the strongest fighters here right now. And since Virgil knows that you pretty much will just act on impulse and do whatever, he's not, and he knows it's pointless to try to stop you. So he's probably moving a little more slowly than you are, Mallory. So what's happening? What are you doing?
Kai's gonna go for Erica with the tablet. That seems like the biggest threat.
I think so too. Yeah, the tablet is definitely like whatever's happening at that
tablet. Whatever's happening, whatever else is happening here, that tablet cannot be broken tonight or ever, really. So saunter on over.
Okay, so Kai is sauntering in that direction. Mallory is also sauntering in that direction. Or
see where this goes.
Okay.
Hey, Erica. How you doing?
They open their eyes. It's going to be okay. It's like you said. It's going to be okay. Thank you so much for bringing me to this point.
Oh, shit, this is my fault, isn't
And
it?
you see that their hair, what little they have, they're pretty close shaven, but what little hair they have is sort of drifting in this pillar of light.
Is there a source for this pillar of light?
It would be the tablet that is in their hands, that is currently glowing.
Kai, I don't like the way your friend's talking.
You see
I
what are
don't
possibly
either.
These little, you can see the cracks in the stone as light shines out of them.
So, I'm happy to give you your money back and everything, but so I'm not in the habit of giving people bad readings. You know, when I see doom and gloom, I try and spin it in a way that's positive so that they don't leave feeling quite terrible. And I'm sorry I did this, and for whatever trust this may break in with oracles with you, I'm so sorry. I didn't get a good vision at all with you. I got fire, fighting, awful things. I just spun it in a way that sounded better. So whatever you're about to do is probably... It is my fault because I told you the wrong thing. In my defense, I had just had a really weird day. But I don't think you want to do what you're about to do.
But the angel...
That's not an angel. That's a fallen archangel named Abaddon is in that.
They'll make everything right for us. They'll bring peace.
No, actually, I think they'll bring the opposite of peace. Abaddon's like the bringer of the abyss, or some combination of those words.
You know, evil stuff like the stuff that you're supposed to be stopping if I've...
Yeah, you're a Vatican hunter. You're supposed to be stopping.
We've never used our artifacts properly. We never have. We could end the conflict. We wouldn't have to have the pact. We could live in peace.
It's gonna be a long time after that tablet is broken before peace comes down. Long time. Outliving all of us, I think. That's not a good thing that's trapped in this tablet.
I mean, you'll be doing our side a favor. You know, another demon to be, like, real mad powerful one.
Yeah, well, this town has enough demons, if I'm being honest. No offense, Mallory.
Shrug. She's just like...
So you lied.
Yeah, I did. It had been a weird day, and the vision that I got out of you was really bad, and I didn't want to leave you with that, and I'm sorry. And again, happy to give you your money back. You can write me a bad review on Yelp. It's all fine. I'll take it. But you should know, if you're gonna do this, you should know what that vision actually was.
So, it seems to me you're trying to persuade an NPC.
I am.
I'm kind of taking it that this is through threats, not direct threats. These are sort of indirect threats.
Sort of honest threats, I think.
Honest threats. Of terrible things about to happen. So this is going to be rolling with heart. So
oh, is that? Oh no! We have just. Oh no! Ooh.
Sorry. I have a -1 to heart. Just FYI. Yep.
Oh.
Okay. So,
That would have missed you.
We are not. Both of us are not good at convincing people to do what we want.
We're real bad at this.
Real bad at this.
find it here.
Good at using our powers, just not trying to convince people not to do things.
Okay. So, the look in their eyes
Oh no.
shifts
I have an idea, but I don't know.
as you
Good idea time. You have one.
as you look, and they look very hurt
Yeah, I'm sorry.
as you say this and you do this, and as this happens, they're like, they say, they just look at you, they shake their head, and they say, no, it will be all right. And as in so saying, as they cling on to it, they seem to be whispering something. A crack forms down the back.
Oh,
of the
nope,
tablet.
it is.
Hey, Mallory, how fast
Yeah.
can you catch?
Just do it.
I mace Erica.
You, Oh, you
Can
made
I
Erica?
mace Erica?
Because I think Mallory's thing is just like, gonna kill this person, but like if Kai has a better idea,
I don't know if this is gonna work,
it's
Oh,
fine.
yeah. No, yeah, so, yeah.
but
This,
I want to try. And,
I mean, Kai sounds like they have a plan.
okay,
the
yeah.
plan is
Mallory's-
to mace
this is Mallory's
Erica
point of view
and
of it.
have Mallory catch the tablet before it drops to the ground and
You can try to
shatters.
do that,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, we'll try. We'll try.
Yeah. So, the tablet is cracked. Unleash an attack, please, Kai. Roll
Oh,
with
God.
blood.
Okay.
All right.
Oh
Oh my God.
God!
You mace Erica. This mace spreads out. This vampire saliva mace. And it looks for a moment, as this is happening, the light around Erica is flickering. They're tipping forward. Mallory, you dive forward to catch as it looks like the tablet is falling out of their hands. And then, at the last moment, you see Jalissa reaches up to catch Erica, burning as she does when she contacts the pillar of light. She tries very lovingly to catch Erica, crying out, "No!" Erica tips backward. The tablet falls to the floor and breaks into two pieces. The pillar
Cool.
of light fades immediately away from Erica, and the crackling energy on the tablet itself shunts upward, turning immediately from white down through the color spectrum: red, orange, yellow, blue, indigo, violet. There's a green in there somewhere also. Somewhere in the middle, it's the middle initial. Goes down to violet, then to black. This crackling black energy as a pillar of darkness rises up from the tablet. And a figure forms there,
Cool.
pale and beautiful. Very pale, with black wings that unfold. They are stunning in their appearance. Their eyes shifting color to color to color. They look at you all for just a moment. nearly weeping. At this point, I think Virgil leaps forward and tries to tackle them, and they immediately spin and shoot up into the sky with the sound of a sonic boom as everything around you rumbles for just a moment as the echo goes out across this part of the city.
Mallory's just gonna like look up and it's like, well, shit.
Mm-hmm.
And that, I think, is where we're going to end this evening's episode. Looks like we got one more episode in us after all.
Just fight yourself to the hot angel demon. It's okay.
That's fine.
Well, there we are.
Cool.
We doing all right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're at a turning point. This was quite costly. It was.
That would have been real cool if it had worked.
It would have been, absolutely.
Yes. It's a good try.
No, that was awesome. That was totally awesome.
Yes.
I loved it. I loved every bit of it. But,
we cannot roll to not destroy things.
I can roll. I rolled really good to turn Eliana into a statue, but then I rolled like crap.
Yeah,
I just to mess things up, just to cause destruction. Crits, trying to convince someone to do something. Crit fails. That's
Crit
just how
fail
it works.
every time.
That's just.
So, we've got a fallen archangel to deal with.
Yeah, that's
what
not.
I think will probably be the finale next week.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll be
Either
fine.
we do this or we utterly fail and there's like hell on earth. That's all right.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
no pressure.
one
No
of the
pressure on.
No pressure.
No pressure whatsoever. Well, I for one cannot wait. This was a delight. An absolute delight seeing what you folks did. This
Come
was
back
great.
next week and that thing with the Coliseum. It's just gonna be fire. It's just gonna be fire everywhere. It's gonna be good. No,
It'll be
it's
great.
fine.
It'll be awesome.
Fun.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and go around and do our outros. And feel free to tell folks where they can find you, and any final thoughts you have about this session, and any plugs you like, anything you want to plug, any favorite moments, anything like that. And we shall start with Lynn.
Oh god, it's just a lot of fun. We're so good at causing destruction. We are maybe not so good at preventing anything of like real massive like importance. Now we have, well, you know what? Don't necessarily have to worry about the werewolf demon fight being super publicized. Now that there's like, I don't know, like pissed off archangel running around. Who knows? We'll see next week. I'm excited. It's probably gonna seem real bad for all of us. We'll get through this, hopefully. We might have a plan. I don't know.
Fuck.
Yeah. Oh god, I liked God, it's so good to see like Kai just like unleash a curse and just like statue someone. It was very cool. Just had enough of this 2 days. Just 2 days, and it's like,
I'm just kind of imagining sometime later, if everyone survives, Olympia looking at it and it's like, oh, this is very good work. This is very...
Yeah. Yeah, I'm Lynn, flying Cirrus pretty much everywhere on the internet, Twitch, Twitter, Twitch. You can see my art and whatever I'm doing for this week, which on Friday on Practical There's a Forest channel, it is Starblade Battalion individual session. So this week it's going to be my PC's Vantages, just the young pilot of the group, and surely nothing bad's going to happen, nothing extremely, but I made like a little model kit of her little mech thing, and I know I'm inviting a curse because you know what happens when like you make like a PC like mini is like something terrible happens. So I'm just waiting for that. And on Saturdays it's our Birth New Gods, our Scion game on Wandering DM, where we are also trying to avert some sort of apocalypse, and we are maybe having about the same. No one. We are going off on our own whims, and hopefully we will not let the evil out.
Excellent. Awesome. Very cool. All right. Let us head over to Sara.
Hello. I am Sara, and I am real excited about this. I mean, not like this kind of blows for Kai, but I'm pumped for it. Getting to do some more Oracle stuff and figuring out how to do combat when you are not a combat character. It was fun. And getting to see Mallory wreak destruction on things again and make sure that it was caught on camera as well. It was fantastic. You can find me on the internet at Sara of Swords, pretty much everywhere. I also want to plug Play Cancer Away at Twitter is at Play Cancer Away. You can find the link in the chat. We are doing a fundraiser throughout all of October for Stand Up to Cancer for cancer research, and signups to play games with us are open. Cancer patients, non-patients, people who want to support us, people who want to play games, come check out our Twitter account and sign up for a game or two. We got some real good, amazing GMs and games lined up. So check us out, and then make sure to check us out. We've got 2 games a week every week in October. So that's my plug. Sign-ups close this week, though, so get in on that.
Very cool. Excellent. All right. And as for me, who am I? I'm Jim. You can find me at OtherDoc on both Twitch and Twitter. My website is jimyesthatjim.com, where you can find my Geek Observation podcast and links to my various other podcasts, audio dramas, writings, and such. I have links down below to my website, Twitter, YouTube channel, and various other things. On this channel on Saturdays, we have our game of Invisible Sun, The Edge of Paradox, that I'm running. They are dealing with many threats to the existence of reality at this point. So it'll be interesting. Well, it's a threat to a small town, and then that's going to unfold into other threats, and we'll see what happens. But existence is not off the table. I'll put it that way. And then, yes, it looks like Tuesday night. 1 week from tonight, we shall have the finale of Lex Talionis. I'm pretty sure. I don't think it's going to go more than one session after this. That's it. That's what it's ending. 1 week from tonight.
It's very do or die at this moment.
Yeah, really.
So, very much looking forward to that and seeing how this whole thing ends. Because this has been an absolute delight to do up until this point, and I am all about these characters, and I love how you play your characters, and I just want to see how they handle everything at the end.
Not well.
Excellent. Let me see. I do have, right now, I have signups running for one more day, so signups close tomorrow for a short campaign of Don't Rest Your Head that I'm going to be running in October. Not sure if it's going to be streamed or not. I'm going to decide that within the next few days, probably. But it's going to be a weekly campaign starting in October for a few weeks. It is a horror urban fantasy campaign about insomniacs who have amazing supernatural abilities drawn from their insomnia, who are dealing with nightmares in the Mad City. So it's one of my favorite games, and so we shall see how that goes. But sign-ups close tomorrow. That's Wednesday, the 15th of September, 2021, for anyone watching this in the future. So if you want to sign up for that, or if you even just want to check out, look for more info on it, I've got that on the sign up page. You can get there by going down below and clicking on RPG sign up, or going to gymyesthatgym.com and clicking on game sign up. As always, beginners are welcome. So when we hit the end card, I'm going to send a raid over to somebody. There are a few possible candidates of folks to go and raid. Let's see. I see Level Up is running. I see Random Tuesday is on. I see the Dat Network is on. Summer is doing stuff right now. Lindy is doing stuff right now. We'll raid somebody. So we'll go over there and say hi. Feel free to hang on if you are so inclined and say hi to them with us. That will be when we hit the end card. In the meantime, folks, thank you all very much for watching. Take care, and we will catch you next time. Farewell.